So
Sure.
when I was in Las Vegas, the end of 2023, there were a few guys who were taking me out on a little day trip for the morning trip to the Hoover Dam. And one of the guys was a virgin. This guy's Vietnamese, lived in the USA for most of his life though. And he didn't lose his virginity until he was approximately 36. So for guys who are still 40-year-old virgins or just under 40, maybe, and they're still virgins and very inexperienced, what's the best thing these guys can do?
Take action. You absolutely have to take action because if you don't, you're going to stay there for the rest of your life. I know for a lot of clients, like as Asian guys, we tend to be late bloomers compared to everybody else. There's like multiple studies that the average Asian American male doesn't like start dating and loses virginity until 20, right? Well, the most American males, white, black is like 16. So you've got to take action. It's not going to automatically happen for you unless you go out there and somehow, in some way, create a dating funnel where women can meet you. This could be night game, day game. This could be dating apps. These could be like your hobbies, your social circle, work, church, whatever it is. Start creating a dating funnel. And you know, by just the law of averages, the more women that you're meeting and going on dates with, the more likely you are to eventually lose your virginity and make that emotional and physical connection. But beyond taking action is, I think someone sort of brought this up earlier, is, I think it was Eric, understanding women are sexual, like highly sexual, right? Culture, religion, society conditioning says that they have to tamp it down, not act like, so-called sluts and everything like that. But they're amazingly sexual. They are more free to be sexual and horny and like all that stuff in a relationship, right? They don't necessarily want to express it outside of a relationship. But once you get them in a relationship, there are some horny bitches, man. They're like just grabbing you and doing like all the stuff that would be just, they would be labeled pervs, right? If they weren't in a relationship. But when that guy can understand women are just as horny and sexual as they are, I think it can help, right? But ultimately, this is why I do the training is like when people see me, 5'5", average looking Asian guy, if I can do it, they can do it. Like I've helped like so many of my students like lose who are also late bloomers lose their virginity, right? Whether it's because they're Asian, they weren't taught it, they're just not conventionally attractive. If they can do it, you can do it too.
100%. Do you think that older men need to use a different approach when meeting women compared to younger guys?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I always go back to this. I've taught so many different types of men, different races, different ages, different body types, different, where they are mentally. Like, if you look young, feel young, you can act young, right? You can be as stupid as and silly and take action and completely fine. But if you are someone that does look older, whether it's like your skincare, you get the wrinkles, or the way you dress, or the way you act, then more than likely you're going to need to start to adjust your behaviors for the environment, or apply kind of like different techniques. Because when you don't have a lot of energy, you're not going to be that successful at a club, for example. Um, and you're going to have more advantages. You're going to have more life experience, more resources at your disposal. And older gentlemen are a sexual fantasy that a lot of women have. Like I play into that, especially when I'm traveling. I do like, full on like silver hair. I go like the full platinum silver, in order to play into, yeah, I'm a daddy, right? Like I'll fully go into that. Um, and women look for that. So it depends on where you are. If you can look young, act young, you can be young, right? And game that way. But if you are an older guy and that's how you act and that's how you look, well, you are gonna have to make some adjustments.